So, welcome everyone to our play, Storm in a Teacup, and thank you very much for coming out this evening. Our play is set in the Georgian times, and as the children have been learning, we have 4 Georges and a William in the Georgian period, and this play is set in 1773 under George III. So we're just giving you a little bit of background. We chose this date because our house is a Georgian house, and in the window upstairs is inscribed 1773. It was put in there by somebody, we think J.J. Brundish, because he graffitied his name underneath in old-fashioned script. And with a bit of research, we discovered that J.J. Brundish had just become a reverend from Cambridge University in 1773. So that inspired the play. He also had a brother, we discovered, called Andrew, who had just graduated from Cambridge as a doctor. So he also appears in the play. We've created the Brundish family, so not all of them are real characters, but Papa trades tea with China, and Georgiana, who is our sort of heroine, she's loosely based on the Duchess of Devonshire, Georgiana, Duchess of Devonshire, who married the Duke and went to Chatsworth House, for those of you who've ever been to Chatsworth. She also was a very vibrant lady in society, so she used to have in her Devonshire house in London the Prime Minister, Robert Walpole, round playing cards late at night, influencing politics. So the Georgian times were turbulent times. Women were perhaps fighting a bit more for their rights and a say in things if they had the opportunity at the top end of society. And that's very much reflected in our play. It's obviously the time leading up to the American War of Independence and the French Revolution. So there was a lot of change going on.
There are 3 historical things that happened at the time which really you need to know to make sense of the play. The first is about the tea trade. The tea trade from China was brought to Britain and then on to America. And the American settlers were charged a tax for receiving the tea at the expense of them and at the gain of the British Crown. The settlers didn't like this very much and began to rise up against it. And they, at one point, they boarded 3 ships dressed as Native Americans as costume and emptied 342 chests of tea into the Boston Harbour. Now that's approximately £1 million worth of tea at the time, so this is a massive amount. Therefore, our Papa, who we've written into the play, is the man who lost the tea in that event. The second thing is about the sugar trade from the West Indies, from the Caribbean. That was basically run by the slave industry. From taking slaves from Africa across the West Indies, they were forced to grow sugar so that the Georgian upper class could do what they love best, which is having sugar. And so many of the thinking women in high society began to protest against this, realising it was not good. And so they were refusing sugar in their tea, which also comes into the play. It is also the time that a slave ship captain, or an ex-slave ship captain you might have heard about, John Newton, wrote the song Amazing Grace. And it was the very first sung in 1773, the year of our play. So that's why that comes up in this.
And finally, the other character we need to tell you about is Thomas Paine, who grew up in Thetford, and he wrote something called Common Sense, which inspired the American War of Independence, and he later wrote The Age of Reason, which was a pamphlet that was used in the French Revolution. So as you can see, it's a turbulent time, but we've tried to include local people. We've even got the Harveys from Ickworth Park involved, so you'll enjoy them, I'm sure. And with that, we just probably need to say about fire safety. The usual.
Don't invite in the fires, please.
Fire exits are here and through here. But we won't be needing those, I'm sure.
Hit those lights, please, Mary. Thanks very much. And we're off.
Stand up straight, lift your head up. You want everyone to see you, and especially your beautiful necklace. What a priceless jewelry from your great grandma. That's better. Oh, Mother, shall we just go in?
Shopping is so tiring. I'm desperate to sit down.
I love this music. I love this music. I think it's against my handle.
I've heard there are complaints over in America about our tea trade.
I can see their point of view. The Crown allows the British East India Company to sell tea in America with heavy taxes to the Americans. That's what makes them so angry.
They think they have the right to not pay taxes.
Everyone else is following its rights these days. Lady Harvey, what a pleasure to see you. Lady Harvey, Lady Mary, do join us. Thanks.
I love music.
Sugar? Georgiana? Sugar? Absolutely not. I do not support the growing of sugar in the Indies by slaves. Georgiana, sit down. I'm sure Lady Harvey does not want to hear your ideas. The sugar and tobacco plantations are a disgrace to our nation, you know.
You're a very spirited young lady.
Georgiana, that is quite enough. Indeed, Mamma, enough is what I am saying. Enough sugar. We must all boycott sugar. It is a small thing we can each do to help end this abominable practice. Georgiana. When did you learn to hold your tongue? No sugar? Oh, Mama, you worry too much. Besides, it is important to make a stand against sugar.
Oh, stop it, Georgiana. You'll never find a husband with all your ideas. A man doesn't want a wife who stinks. You just have to be charming and accomplished. That's what you need to be doing.
Oh, Mama, I'm so bored of things like poetry. There are ladies who think about ideas and are just as good as men.
Yes, well, those ladies don't get husbands.
That's not true. Why? Even our Queen Charlotte is known to have said, I'm of the opinion that if women had the same advantages as men in their education, they might do as well.
And Queen Charlotte is married to the king, so she's all right. Except, of course, he's mad about her. Ideas in business are best left to the men, Georgiana.
I know Father manages the tea company very well. I wish I could learn how his business works, not just embroidery and a piano. My brothers get to study interesting things.
Your brother Andrew will make an excellent doctor, like my father was. He deserves to do well.
Yes, but James is a scoundrel and lazy and wastes his days in Cambridge, and you know it.
Georgiana, you argue too much. Now go and tell the cook I'd like to see her. I'd like dinner a little early.
Yes, Mama.
Jake! Where is that boy when you want him? Get your hands off!
Oh, Maggie, we all know your pastries are the best around. They're even tastier than those fancy things they serve at the tea house.
Flattery will get you nowhere. Now go and fill the coal buckets in the dining room.
Maggie, you are needed by Mama in the dining room.
Thank you, Mistress Georgiana. Although it's mighty inconvenient. I'm up to my arms in flour. I can see what you are doing, Mistress Georgiana. I've got eyes in the back of my head. You may almost be 18, but I've nursed you since you were a babe in arms.
Oh, Mistress Georgiana, you make me laugh.
I've always loved it here in the kitchen. It's so warm. You wouldn't say that if it was the only place you could be, though. I'm sorry it's that way, Missy. I really am. I'm doing my best, you know. And Jake has been telling me more about the anti-slavery campaign. He says there are meetings in London you can go to.
Oh, but Georgiana, you wouldn't actually go, would you? I mean, to London?
Georgiana! Just you see, Lizzie, wouldn't it be such an adventure? James, I'm beginning to wish you had stayed in Cambridge with all of your serious church studies.
Oh yes, terribly serious, as it goes.
Want to bring this cup, James?
Of course I want it.
Worrying situation going on in the Americas? Yes, so much on their side. Everyone wanting someone else to pay tax and tea. I've got quite some stuff going thing, all about the colonies in America and their so-called rights. Mama, is there any more of Maggie's famous Christmas cake? I'm starving.
Mama, I'm missing Cousin Verity. Perhaps I can go and stay with her and Aunt Christina in London in the new year.
January isn't the time to be travelling. Tell her, Christopher.
Well, I do have to go to London, and I suppose Georgie could come with me.
Call her Georgiana, dear. She's going to be 18 in June. She's hardly a child anymore.
Oh, do let her go, Mama.
I might even go myself. Visit the Vauxhall Pleasure Gardens.
The pleasure gardens. So it's settled. I'm going to London. Newspapers.
What beautiful dresses. I simply must have one. I shall buy it for you.
I'm so glad to be with you, Cousin Verity.
I'll see to the horses, sir. Make sure they are well fed and cared for until they are ready to return to bed. Can I help with anything else, sir?
Thank you, Joe. Call in on Papa and see if there's any errands out the docks for you.
Sir?
This is a beautiful church, James. Do you know it?
Yes. Shall we look inside?
Miss Georgiana, this here church is where their meetings happen. Against the grave stone. Don't speak to the room at the back.
Thank you, Jake. Goodbye.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed.
What an incredible song. What was it that he did that was so terrible? I need to find out more. How? I have my emerald necklace. Maybe I could give this. It must be worth a lot. Ah, this must be the way in. Where's your...
Ah, there you are, Georgiana.
The necklace, where's it gone?
My necklace? Oh, don't worry. It's read all about the trouble in America.
Oh no, what trouble? Has anyone heard? I have relatives there.
Master
Mr. James, have you heard the terrible news? 342 chests of valuable tea thrown into the Boston Harbour.
What's this?
James, what's to be done?
Pa's shares in the tea company will be in huge trouble.
I will go and find him at once. I can't believe it. All the master's tea was destroyed. What will become of us, Maggie?
The master will sort it out, I'm sure, but it is looking very grey, Lizzie.
What's all this about Bruce? Has someone died?
No one has died, Jake, but the Brundage family may have to sell the house.
Oh, this Boston Tea Party is going to change things, all right. Just you see.
We are all completely ruined! How bad is the situation, Papa?
It is certainly a terrible misfortune, but all our money is tied up in the tea company, Papa. Surely not. Papa? I can hardly admit it, but we are in danger of losing everything, even this very house. Lose the house?
Oh, it's too much for me to bear! We should be thrown onto the streets!
Now, calm yourself down, Mama. Papa has never let us down before. I will get to us soon. Yes, don't fret so, Leanne. We will find a way. We must find a way.
Georgiana, you must marry a rich man. That is the only thing that can save us. Except I'm not sure any man will have Georgie.
I don't want to marry.
Oh, what are we to do?
Please, everyone, let us have decorum. Georgiana, there is one thing that could really help, but I'd hate to ask you. Your emerald necklace for my dear grandmama. Could you spare it?
My necklace.
Do you know? I don't think I feel very well. I think I will go and have a lie down.
It is me who is unwell. Lizzie, tell cook to bring me some tea.
Don't mention the word tea.
I'll bring some drops there.
Maggie, what's for the mistress?
Broth? At this time of day? Surely it's time for tea.
Not tea!
Oh yes, of course. Mistress Georgiana, if it's true the entire family fortune is lost, you'll have to save us all by marrying someone very rich.
You're beginning to sound like my mother. I'm not marrying for money.
thought I'd find you here. I've got some spare carrot ends for the horses. I know how much you love them.
Thanks, Maggie. Here, have this.
That song Lizzie and I hear you singing, it's got beautiful words. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
That song again. It moves me.
What wonderful words of forgiveness and grace. Can we really trust God to all be well? I don't know, but I do know that our lives are not our own. They're in the hands of the Brumbish family now. Their misfortune is our misfortune.
I realise now. I must get the necklace back. Jake, send my horse at once. I've urgent business in London.
Yes, sir.
You did what? Yes, I know. Giving it away sounds foolish. I know. You won't understand, Mamma and Papa, but James is in London, getting the jewel back right now. And then he can take it to the auction house in Bury to be sold. I'm sure it's worth a lot of money. Here we are, the Bury auction house. Mama, aren't we a little early? You've got to get that jewel back, Mary. Now that I'm here, I will be brave enough to buy the necklace that the Brumbish family needs to help them back to life and keep their home. And now that I'm here, I know that Georgiana is my closest friend, and I just want to help her out this time of need in her life. And now that I'm here, I will pay just what it takes at the sale to win the auction, get the jewel back, make it right. And now that I'm here, I'll give all the immobility in my phone and keep it secret from my dearest friend. In the end, we'll win. Now that I'm here. Well, good luck, dear. Goodbye, Mama.
Let's hope it reaches a good price. It had better. Indeed. Beautiful emerald necklace, magnificent jewel, set in gold, will look beautiful around any lady's neck. It's one of a kind. So who is going to start the bidding? Ladies, gentlemen.
£100.
£600.
700.
£1,000. £2,000. 8,000 to the lady at the club, in the club at the back.
Oh my god.
£10,000, Papa. That is a fortune.
The family is saved.
I say, Pa, James, that lady in the cloak, isn't she Lady Mary Harvey?
So it is. Her family has the money. Of course. Think of the cost of Vickworth House.
But why would she want the necklace?
Almost as big as your ears, this, Maggie.
My ears aren't that big, cheeky boy.
Well, thank goodness the winter is over. At last.
Yes, and thank the Lord we are all still in this house with work to do and a roof over our heads.
I didn't like having to break the ice in my water bowl every morning. But on the bright side, the Brundage family are quite settled again.
I never did quite know how it all got settled.
Not for the likes of us to know all the master's business, Jake.
But he does have a business again, and Miss Georgiana says it's much better than trading tea.
That's enough chat, Lizzie. Now help me finish off these meat pies.
Pies, yes, please.
Jake Turner, hands off.
Look at these pretty strange flowers.
Are they lovely, dear? I think I'd like to travel up to Scotland to see my good friend McNeil. What about it, Andrew?
I have far too much work to do.
You work so hard, Andrew.
But you won't go yet, James. Surely you haven't forgotten that I have my 18th birthday soon.
How could any of us forget?
party, Georgie.
Lady Harvey and Lady Mary, see you.
Lady Harvey, Lady Mary. Oh, do sit down.
Thank you. May I say how well you look, Mrs. Brandish?
Thank you. I'm in very good health. Bring us some tea, please, Lizzie.
I'm so glad to see you, Mary. We were just talking about my birthday. You are coming to my party.
Of course I am, Georgiana. That's the reason I've come to see you.
Lady Mary, what a pleasure to see you.
I've got an early birthday gift for you, Georgiana. Here it is.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
Please open it now.
The Brandish Emerald necklace! But, how did you come to have it?
Georgiana, remember saying that there was a lady in a dark cloak and hood at the auction? We had to get it back to you, Georgiana. When we heard about the Boston Tea Party and your misfortune, well, let's just say some friendship runs very deep. Your father was our family's physician for years, and we're sure Andrew will do the same when he has finished study.
Lady Harvey, we shall forever be indebted to your family.
Say no more of it.
So you brought it back for me?
Well, yes. Not quite just for you.
Lady Mary?
Oh, not me anymore, Miss Brandish. I've changed too. No more sugar for me. So, all's well that ends well then.
Just like Shakespeare's play.
Oh, Georgiana, you are far too well read for a lady.
I'm just so happy to be reunited with my necklace. Thank you, Lady Mary. It's all been, well, a storm in a teacup.
A storm in a teacup.
Very much for entertaining us so brilliantly. Didn't they do really well?
And a big thanks to Eddie and Wendy.
We have some other thank yous to do as well. We have a big thank you to say to Claire Stiller, who we and there you are, some flowers for you. say thank you. And also Claire Burke, who runs the drama class.
We also have a thank you to say to Lizzie, wherever you are, for making Mama's beautiful dress for Jess. So also to Joyce Amtower for all the dresses over the years that you've given us, which has allowed us to amass a great collection of costumes for each of our plays that get turned into different things. But thank you for that, Joyce.
Biggest thank you go to the children for all their work, all their line learning, song singing, performing and enjoyment of it. It's a pleasure to do this with them, right from the start, right through to the finish tonight. So thank you very much. Last
just to say, when we do the play, we try and encourage the children to be as much part of it as possible. So we just wanted to point out the artwork which the Wednesday children have been doing, the chairs, the cup that Eddie drew that they painted, but they painted all the vegetables for the kitchen scene cupboard. So we were very proud of their work. And also they have really got into the whole thing of bringing in props and having little stage directions. We do have to sometimes say that's enough stage directions now, we need to get on with the play, but your ideas have been great and it's been a real delight to see you engaging so much in this. So
thank you very much. Well done.